Captain Lorna Trask stood at the edge of the icy cliff, her breath visible in the freezing air. Below her, the vast snowy plains of planet Thalor stretched out, a place known for its brutal winters. Her team of human soldiers, the Glacier Squad, was scattered around her, each wrapped in thick winter gear, faces determined. "We're used to this cold," Lorna muttered, adjusting her scarf. "But the Thaleks, they won't last long." The Thaleks were a proud alien race, famous for their heat resistance, but weak in extreme cold. They had invaded Thalor, thinking they could conquer it quickly, but they didn't account for the planet's deadly winter or the humans. Behind Lorna, Private Timms chuckled. "They're shivering already, Captain. Look at them." The alien army below was struggling, their advanced armor failing to keep them warm. Lorna watched with a cold smile. The real battle wasn't with weapons, it was with the freezing air. "Captain, they're sending more troops," Sergeant Drake reported, his rifle slung over his shoulder. "But it won't matter. This cold will stop them." Lorna nodded. "Exactly. We don't need to fight them head on. We'll let the weather do the work." Her plan was simple. The humans would draw the Thaleks deeper into the frozen plains, where the temperature dropped even further. They would strike when the aliens were weakest, using the cold as their ally. The squad moved silently, blending into the snowy landscape. The Thaleks, unaware of the trap, pushed forward, their leader, General Khaz, leading them with pride. He refused to show weakness, but his soldiers were clearly suffering. Hours passed, and the Thaleks were now deep into the frozen wasteland. Their movements were slower, and some soldiers were collapsing, unable to continue. Captain Lorna gave the signal. "Now," she whispered into her radio. The Glacier Squad sprang into action. They fired from their hidden positions, their shots precise and deadly. The Thaleks, caught off guard, tried to fight back, but their weapons were slow in the cold, and their aim was shaky. The humans moved like shadows, striking fast and disappearing into the snow. General Khaz roared in frustration. "Keep fighting. We are Thaleks. We do not give up." But his soldiers were too cold, too weak. They were no match for the humans, who seemed to thrive in the freezing conditions. The Thalek army was breaking. General Khaz, desperate to turn the tide, ordered a full retreat. But it was too late. The cold had already taken its toll. Many of his soldiers were too frozen to move, and those who could barely held their weapons. Captain Lorna watched from a distance, her eyes sharp. "They're done," she said quietly to Drake. "They can't fight anymore. Do we finish them off?" Timms asked, eager for action. Lorna shook her head. "No need. The cold will finish what we started." The humans pulled back, letting the freezing night claim the rest of the Thaleks. Their campfires flickered out, and silence fell over the battlefield. By morning, the battle was over. The Thaleks had lost. Their once mighty army was reduced to a few survivors, huddled together for warmth. General Khaz stood among them, his pride shattered. Captain Lorna and her squad approached cautiously. The humans, untouched by the cold, looked like they had been out for a morning walk. "You underestimated us," Lorna said, standing before Khaz. "This cold is nothing to us." Khaz lowered his head in defeat. He had thought the humans were weak, but now he understood the truth. They were survivors, born on a harsh world, and they had used the cold to their advantage. Lorna turned to her squad. "Let's head home. Thalor is ours now." As they walked away, the frozen plains of Thalor echoed with the silent victory of the humans, proving once again that no enemy, no matter how powerful, could withstand the cold endurance of Earth's soldiers.